All right, thanks again. This is day 6 of the gratitude game. And today's mantra is wisdom. So, yesterday we talked about how you don't want to have blind faith, especially in systems that don't work. In fact, that's the easiest way to lose money is hot tips from a friend or a family member or an email unsolicited, but also it can be from someone that you trust, that you think is a financial advisor who's really just a financial salesman, or they have a last century strategies. There are brokerages and brokers that are leaning into modern portfolio theory and annual rebalancing. And there are brokerages and brokers that still believe in buy and hope. Again, buy and hope worked last century because the economy was mainly growing. In the current century, what's happening is our expansions have been fueled by low interest rates. Low interest rates create bubbles, bubbles pop. And even Jerome Powell, at his very famous meeting at Jackson Hole in this year in 2020, he said that in this world, our expansions end in periods, episodes of financial instability. You don't want to be caught in an episode of financial instability unaware, because that can be really, really hard on your physical health. So, what we need is wisdom. And again, it's a good time to do it now while the sun is still shining, while everything is nice and high. If you wait for that period of financial instability or that episode to occur, it's always too late to protect yourself. We propped up the pandemic and recession that occurred in March, but that did not eliminate the financial distress that's happening. It just made prices high, and they were already unsustainably high. So housing is unaffordable. And the only 2 times in history when stock prices have been more expensive was before the dot-com recession. I already told you that losses then were 78%, and before the Great Depression. And you probably read about that in your history books. So right now, what we want to do is replace blind faith with wisdom, replace complacency with a solid plan, replace my finances are in order. My broker told me so, with my finances are in order because I know what a good financial plan looks like. And this financial plan can withstand the economic storms on the horizon. All right. So I told you resources, how you can start learning the ABCs of money that we all should have received in high school. Whether you read the book, attend the retreat, or get the second opinion, you should do it. Again, if you wait until the house is crumbled, then you have to rebuild it. Or, if you don't pay attention to your physical health and you get sick, then you have to hyper focus on gaining your health back. It's heartbreaking to me when that occurs with finances, because the solutions are there. Probably heartbreaking for a surgeon to see somebody who's been smoking all their life come in with lung cancer, when they could say stop smoking, eat right, and exercise. So there are wise strategies that you can employ now that will keep your wealth and preserve your wealth and allow you to experience the joys of gaining money wisely. So this one is accompanied with an exercise. So throughout today, you might want to do, like, if you have to rush off to work now, cool, no problem. Do the exercise when you come home. What you can do today then with the mantra is, again, wisdom is going to be at the top of the list. And with the added caveat that it's wisdom in a time-proven system, not blind faith wisdom. And also the understanding that wisdom is something that is cumulative, that the more effort you put into learning something, then it becomes the way life is. So if you want to learn a new language, you're going to have to learn the basics of the language, and you might even have to visit the country to practice it. But once you do that, then you have a new language in your skill set. So money, whether it's our budget or our wealth or our home or our retirement plan, these are all things that are very valuable and are going to make our life better. And paying attention enough to getting that little financial house set up right, it's worth our time. So I wanted to do a ritual. It's called the fire ritual. So again, all day today, just think wisdom and make a commitment to yourself how you're going to start learning financial wisdom, not from a salesman, not from a financial salesman who calls themselves a financial planner, but make sure that you're getting your wisdom from a time-proven system. Modern portfolio theory is something that all salesmen will say they do, okay? So I want you to start with a simple blank piece of paper and then fold it in half. This is called the fire ritual. All right, so what I want you to do is, in order to be replacing, bad ideas, bad strategies, even old habits with a better idea, that's what we're going to do. We're going to problem solve today. So what I want you to start by doing is half this paper. So here's the whole paper, and then it's folded in half. I only want you to use this side. Do not go on to the other side, and don't go on to the back. Just this one folded side. And what I want you to do is I want you to think of the things that you worry about, the problems in your life that you want to correct, something you fear, anything at all. Obviously, it should be related to money, but you can include things that are not related to money as well. One by one, put them down, okay? I'm worried that my retirement plan might lose money if the markets go down. Or I feel good about the amount of home equity I have, but should I take money out of my equity in order to pay bills? Anything that you want, one by one, anything that you're thinking about money or any worry, doubt, or fear, one by one, write them down. Okay, what I recommend that you do is that you just pause this video while you write them down. If you come to the end of your paper and you have more that you would like to write down, get another blank sheet of paper. Again, do not go on to the other side. You need that other side for the solutions. All right, so go ahead and pause the video and write down your worries, your doubts, your fears, problems, anything that you think you need a solution for. All right, welcome back. Now what you want to do is we're going to focus on the solutions. Now the solutions to your problems is actually the opposite of the problem and an action plan to get you there. So if you're worried that you're not going to have a retirement plan, or it goes down by half and the markets go down, then the solution is, I'm so glad that I protected my retirement plan with a easy as a pie chart nest egg strategy that earned gains in the last 2 recessions and outperformed the bull markets in between. I think I have enough equity, but I don't know in my home, but I don't know for sure. I'm so glad that I'm confident in the amount of equity I have in my home because it's one I can afford easily. I did the Thrive budget and I know that I can afford it. And I purchased it in 2011, and that was at the market low. Do you see how you're replacing doubt and uncertainty with wisdom? If you need help getting there, get coaching sessions from me. Get that action plan or that second opinion from me. Read the ABCs of Money, attend the retreat. Do not have blind faith. Replace it with wisdom. So I'm going to give you some more time. Again, every single problem that you had, now you open it up, and on the opposite side, the blank paper side, you start by writing the exact opposite of the problem. I'm so grateful that And it's the exact opposite, because that is the solution, but it must be followed by an action plan. Otherwise, it's just a pipe dream. So again, I'm worried that my business will go bankrupt in the pandemic. I'm so glad that my business is going to be doing well in the pandemic because I shifted into an online model, or I shifted my restaurant into a delivery and to-go model. So again, you're going to solve the problem. The solution's the exact opposite, but it has to include an action plan. So I'm going to suggest that you pause the video now and write down the solutions to your problems. Okay, welcome back. Now what you do is you're going to take a little bit of water, and you see that seam in the middle there, is if you put a little water there and then you keep creasing it, then you're going to be able to easily tear it apart. And what you have, the problems on one side and the solutions on the other side. The solutions, go ahead and fold it up into 4. I just fold it twice so that I've like that. I put it in my pillowcase so that I'm sleeping on the solutions, but I'm not obsessing about them. And then I look at them whenever I wash the sheets. The next time you play this game, you're going to have different problems and different solutions, but it's really fun to look back at them and say, oh my God, I can't believe that thing happened. And by the way, sometimes the wisdom that you come up with or the action plan can be whimsical. If you can't see the solutions, then either you need a way shower to help you, and that has to be someone with a PhD in results, not a fancy name or a big title. Bernie Madoff was the president of NASDAQ. Some Harvard MBAs have lost people more money and been involved in more Ponzi schemes and scams than I can think of. Doesn't mean that you have a Harvard MBA, you're going to be a criminal. It's a small percentage. I'm just saying the PhD economist that won a Nobel Prize for writing the book on options had one of the biggest hedge fund failures in history, the biggest bailouts. So you have to have a PhD in economics in order to be a wayshower. All right, so here's your problems, right? What do you do with those? Those are the ones that I tear up into little pieces and throw in the fireplace. If you don't have a fireplace or a safe place that you can watch it burn, then just toss it in the garbage. In other words, get rid of it. Get rid of the problems and focus on the solutions. That's what wisdom does. All right, so this was a little bit longer today, but you're now starting to get rid of, again, this week is getting rid of the bad habits, the bad systems, the bad thoughts, the baggage that we carry around, and it's replacing it with time-proven systems, things that actually work, thoughts that create the space for us to call in love and peace and deep breathing and prosperity and abundance. All right, you're doing a great job. You've made it through day 6. Tomorrow is going to be the end of the first week. So I can't wait to see you on day 7 tomorrow. I'll see you then. Bye.